family farm, mixed beef and arable, with a bit of a sideline of our own AD plant as well. That's a joint venture with another company. We're farming roughly 1,200 acres, finishing around 2,500 cattle a year and a 500 kilowatt AD plant. So yeah, we're in the Vale of Pickering in the middle of Rydale. We're only 60 foot above sea level here, so quite a low-lying farm, heavy clay land. It's same size bale as what we previously had, but we're getting a hell of a lot more in a bale. A lot squarer, better bale to handle, and a good 150 kilos more in every bale. The twin pack system is what makes the bale and was the main reason for going for it, as well as a few other nice touches what they've put on it. We got it for spring last year, so yeah, it's in its second season now. Well, I've done somewhere around about 7,000 I would have thought now without looking at the clock, something like that. It's been pretty much problem free. It's a very simple baler, it's quite easy to set up, it's easy to service, and we were looking to go more higher densities to make leading easier and handling better for stacking them and everything if you get them that bit harder. And it makes a lot less work when you've got less bale to clear in harvest as well. It just speeds the job up no end. So yeah, we looked about and we liked what Kuhn had done with this, and knowing what Kuhn are like with machinery, we weren't too frightened of having a go, even though it was a new product. That was the main sort of point behind the Kuhn baler. What we liked was we had a demonstration of an older shape one with the different guards on, and they only had it on a 180 horsepower tractor, and it was romping away putting 550 kilos in a bale. And it was, the nice thing with it is because of the double plunger, you're not getting all that massive load, it's splitting the load on the tractor, so instead of getting that really big bang and pulling your tractor right back, it's more of a gentle bang bang rather than one big thud. And so it takes a lot of strain off the tractor, so you can get away with a smaller tractor on it, it's less diesel, and I think you're getting a squarer shaped bale from it as well, because the bottom plunger hits first, and if anything it's pushing a bit up into the top of the chamber, so you're getting really square edges on the bale as well. And I just thought, what a clever design, and it was amazed me nobody else had thought of it really before. And it's quite a simple setup how they've actually linked the top and bottom together. You've only still got one arm coming off your gearbox, and it's very simple how it works. And also they've put massive bearings on the rollers for the plunger as well. It's a very, very well built baler. When you look at it, there's a lot of metal in it. Because they've done away with quite a few moving things. A lot of manufacturers have separate short augers to auger it in, whereas on these it's one big rotor with augers on the end of it, which I quite like because it gets rid of extra bearings and other things. And they do offer a cross auger to go above the pickup rail, which we didn't actually bother with, and we haven't really ever needed it, to be honest. It flows quite well into it. You never see it really hanging about in the corners or anything. Even in grass, it just eats it. You've got good visibility, and the bits that matter at the sides you can see quite clearly. There's no need for any cameras or anything like that on it. For the size of the baler, it is quite a compact unit as well. It's not overly wide. You look at some other manufacturers and they're pushing out nearly 3.5 metres wide, which you get on narrow lanes and things, they're not ideal. It's like trying to move a combine around, isn't it? Whereas this, even spec'd on the big tyres, it's a handy size. So in dry straw, like, you know, properly dry 13% wheat and barley straw, we've never had any issues hitting half a tonne of bale. They're generally ranging that 500 to 550 kilos. In silage, baling them 6 foot, well, sort of a very dry silage. We're getting up towards a tonne, regularly banging out 950, and not having to run at 100% load or anything stupid like that. We're running most of the time at sort of 75–80% load, and it's chucking out lovely bales like that. And the handling and leading and stacking is so much easier because they're so nice and square and smooth. They're just a lot more regular than what we previously had. So when you come to lead them, you're getting more weight on a trailer, but they feel safer because they're riding so much better with having them full in the corners. And I think a bit of that's down to the pre-chamber setup as well, because it's quite clever how The feeder forks are pre-packing the chamber before it then gets full and taking the lot. Whereas our previous baler was just rotor fed, so it was just the chopper that was filling the pre-chamber, and it just wasn't quite filling it to the top. I never felt like this does, whereas this is getting a proper full flake every time. But yeah, it's all working through isobus, and yeah, it's adding up your weights. We're now buying straw off people and paying for it on weight rather than by bales, which is a lot fairer for everybody. The weighing system is absolutely perfect on it. We've run a few loads over a weighbridge, and it was absolutely smack on with the weighbridge. Within 50 kilo over a full load, which you aren't going to get a lot more accurate than that, are you? So it's on all auto lube, which is also auto lubing chains as well. Obviously a few grease nipples on the PTO shaft, but yeah, it's not a big job. It doesn't take long to get round, and as you'll see under guards, it's quite a lot of drive shafts driven, so there's no chains on it other than the few on the pickup rail. So it's quite a simple, clean design, and the Notter fans are absolutely incredible. The Notter bay, well, we haven't blown it off or anything, we'll have a look in a minute. It runs lovely and clean. They've really got that sorted with big hydraulic blowers on the top. So. But also, knife tray slides really well out outside, and it's really easy for taking knives out and putting blanks in and whatever. Yeah, it's just simple. Yeah. Yeah, it's done what it said it would, sort of thing. Yeah, it's not often you buy a machine and it goes straight to the field without needing something tweaking on it, whereas this has been pretty much straight to work and just done what it said it would.